Hello there, Mike here, founder of MagnusBox. And I want to take a moment to show you some backup best practices for servers and workstations that I like to use for our own MSP clients. With the recent update to disk image, you can now pull individual file and folders from a disk image backup. However, we wouldn't recommend just switching all of your backups to straight disk image. We recommend you still utilize the file and folder backup and the disk image backup alongside each other. The main reason for that is that they work in tandem with each other. So anything that gets backed up from file and folder, the disk image backup will see that and it won't re-upload that data, and vice versa, going the opposite way as well. It just deduplicates against each other so efficiently. So I'm going to show you the most common practice that I use for when I set up backups. So for this client here, we have a domain controller and file server all in one. So what I have set up is I have the file and folder backing up the essential data that we're aware of. For this server, it's going to be the server folders that are shared amongst the organization. On top of that, I then have the disk image backup backing up the entire RAID array. And so the nice thing about this is that if you miss something with the file and folder, the disk image would grab that data. And the main reason for that is that restoring from file and folder is so much simpler than restoring file and folder from the disk image. There's a lot of back-end work that's going into play when you're trying to pull those individual files from a disk image backup. So how I have mine set up is I have the file and folder. I'm backing up the drive on the server where all the shared folders are, as you can see here. And then I have this backup running periodically. So for this client, because they have so much data that changes throughout the day, I'm running a periodic backup every 4 hours. So every 4 hours, a backup's being triggered. It's only grabbing that changed data. And then I also have what I like to call the kill switch. I have it set to cancel the backup job if it's still running after 3 hours. That way, if the job is running longer than it should be, it'll cancel out that job. It'll pick up where it left off during the next scheduled backup. So that's how I have the file and folder set up. Now for the disk image, I have it a little bit different. So I have the disk image. Now, one of the most common misconceptions of the disk image backup is partners have a tendency just to choose everything at the drive level. We recommend against doing that because if you have an external hard drive here, it can cause some issues if it gets removed or if it's being unplugged and moved around all the time or you're swapping out drives. We recommend just backing up the data drives or the operating system drives. Don't back up any external drives with disk image. So you can see here they have a RAID array, and I'm just backing up that array itself. Now for that schedule, I have it set up a little bit differently. I have a weekly backup going to the cloud, and I have this one set to cancel out after 48 hours. But I'm running this backup every Wednesday at midnight. Just because of how this organization works, it's better to have it running in the middle of the week. So this is how I recommend setting up a file and folder and disk image backup combo. I would never just run a straight disk image with daily backups. I would always run the file and folder as my primary, with my disk image being just on the weekends or off hours. So if you have any questions about this setup or want to talk about this further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can get a hold of me by emailing support@magnusbox.com. I look forward to seeing you guys on our Facebook partner page and talking about backup. Thanks. Have a great day.